Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Zurich today, and with me here is the new chairman of TerraX Minerals, Geralt Panneton. And of course, we want to ask him some question and update on the company. Geralt, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. I mean, TerraX, we have interviewed David Suda a lot of times, and now you are the new chairman. Honestly, I would call it a heavyweight in mining with a fantastic history, big successes you had with Detour Gold, of course. What made you to join TerraX now?
Oh, it's very simple. Maybe it's Detour number 2, because in terms of potential, in terms of so many things, I really think that we're probably onto a very good, we're just at the edge of making maybe multiple discovery. And of course, they already have a good resource, which was just published recently, 735,000 ounces, very well constrained.
So, of course, 735,000 ounces is the first resource. This is a really nice result to have, of course. And I saw the drills are turning because the winter season is now coming, right?
Well, the drill are not turning, but they should be starting turning in the new year. We're planning to do a drill program starting in January. And next year, we're focusing on 2 targets, the 2 best one, the 2 zone that becomes the bulk of the 3/4 million ounces that we have. And our aim is to reach 2 million ounces next year.
Wow, already as a resource. That's a good thing.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So by the end of the year, I would call it.
Without being constrained, the resource is well above 1 million ounces. The reason it's only 750, it's a lack of drilling.
Okay. And is it something like pit constrained, or what is it?
Yes, the 500,000 ounces are pit constrained, while the other 200,000 are underground. It constitutes a 4 deposit within a 3 kilometers radius, which is very important because if you build a mill, you only build one to supply or basically process for ore from different project.
Yeah.
The biggest one, Samoto, is an open pit that strike approximately 600 meters, go to a depth of approximately 150 meters, and has potential along its corridor, which is more than 5 kilometers, to generate a lot more ounces. Wow. But just within the 2 kilometers that has been drilled so far, a lot of drilling is required and could double the resource easily.
Fantastic. So what do you think drilling in meters? I saw in your presentation that 10,000 meters, I think, is the next target you are aiming to. What could you imagine for the summer drilling? How many meters you are planning on? And of course, this costs also money. How is that financed?
Well, in terms of the program, the winter program is necessary for Samoto to allow the drill to be able to set up on frozen lake, which allows us to drill better the deposit. Don't forget, it's a very long target. It's more accessible in the winter, cheaper to drill in the winter.
Of course.
And I think we want to focus on Samoto because once we finish 10,000 meters, a resource could follow up on Samoto. Crestarum, the second target, is a mixture of a small open pit as well as an underground. Crestarum is a very important zone because it's very similar to the Con mine, who produced 6 million ounces to a depth of 1,600 meters. Well, Crestarum, being the same analog to Con mine in the camp, has only been drilled to 200 meters vertical. So you can imagine the potential per vertical meters to increase Crestarum above 1 million ounces with drilling. But it's deeper drilling, it's more expensive, it will generate ounces, but we need, I think, the combination of both Samoto and Crestarum with low grade and high grade underground will be a much better winning situation than, say, just a low grade operation.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely, yeah. So that means you could start with open pit and then move into underground in addition, right? If I see that.
Well, I think Samoto will remain an open pit because it's a 20 to 30 meters wide zone extending for almost 5 kilometers and also defined already by geophysics and by drilling over 2.5 kilometers. I think this is a very easy target in terms of bringing the ounces together. In terms of the Crestarum, it's 3 kilometers to the west, from Samoto. And the 3 kilometers from the west allows you to truck a high-grade deposit to a mill that produces low-grade or process low-grade. it's a combination of both that will make this project a lot better than any low-grade deposit by itself.
Absolutely. I think you have already quite a good infrastructure surrounding the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, Yellowknife is not like completely out of the boonies, I would call it.
This is, people don't realize, but I think the biggest advantage that we have at Yellowknife is we're in the city. We do have power. We do have water. We do have people. And like I said, it's very important when people go home every night to their own house, their own bed.
Yeah.
Not only they're happier, but you save money.
Of course, it's a lot of money, definitely, because you must not build a camp and not the infrastructure for a camp, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Fantastic. Question for financing. I mean, it sounds to me like that you have a really heavy work plan for next year, definitely, yeah. And so, is the money already in the bank?
I don't see the work plan as being heavy. I see the work plan as being justified by the resource. We do not have the money in the bank. We will be raising money to supplement and support this project, or 20,000 meters of drilling we intend to do in 2020. I think we likely will probably going to do that step by step. But I think the first step is to generate news, create more value for the shareholders, and maybe we can expect a better resource, and also, of course, maybe a better price for the second financing in 2020.
Absolutely. Also, I saw in the news release that you have put personally money in the company just right at the start of as a chairman, right?
Yes. We did a merger with one of our private company that we started with a project and discovery in New Brunswick, Canada. And
was that at Gold Matter?
Gold Matter,
company?
yes. Gold Matter. I didn't like the name, but I think...
Well, gold matters, really.
I think gold really matter. And I think it's important. I still believe that gold matter, that deposits are more difficult to be found in the world. And in my mind, the Yellowknife project or the discovery in New Brunswick are core asset to the company TerraX Minerals. The main reason being this is an immature camp, Yellowknife. 14 million ounces was produced there. And when you see that there's so much potential, if you remember Detour Gold, I started the company with about 1 million ounces in resource. I purchased the company for $75 million, the asset. And then we put $35 million in the bank. But this was 2006, 2007. The timing was different.
Yeah.
But today we're still $1,500 gold. This is a good market.
Absolutely.
The margins are excellent. And being in a city, being in an immature camp where we can generate, I'm telling you, give me time, 3 years, 4 years, and we'll get over 5 million ounces.
Wow, that's a big prediction. Great. For
But I asked more for than a year. More than a year. Next year, we'll target is 2 million ounces.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that you will achieve that, as I think you have already a good idea about, let's call it the mother nature there and the soil and what you've seen so far, right?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic. I saw also that a gentleman called Louis Dion.
Yes.
Dion joined the company. I think you guys worked together at Barrick. Is that correct?
Correct. Louis and I's relation goes back 25 years, basically.
Wow.
More than 25 years, actually. When Barrick bought Lac Minerals, where I was in 93, I started working with Louis. And our relation is very important because we work extremely well at Barrick. And if people remember, I built 2 mines in Tanzania, Tulawaka and Buzwagi. They were smaller mines, but they were it's an exercise. But building a small mine or a big mine, the same process A to Z apply. And then when I started Detour in 2006, Louis was one of my first directors on the board.
Okay, wow.
His mining engineer capacity and background makes him one of the most valuable person on the board. We see things as a mine. We don't see the project as an exploration play. We're already gearing up that we have resource. The resource will grow. Eventually, when it's big enough, we will initiate a feasibility study. And then we'll go on and make more discovery because that's what this 800 square kilometers package can offer you is additional gold discovery.
Absolutely.
But let's start with the first mine first.
Yeah, but this is a big step already, of course. What I like is the fact that, I mean, both of you joined the company. It looks to me like that you want to build a mine there. You want to bring this company in production.
It's an interesting. As a shareholders, and for all shareholders, whatever happen in the future, it's about creating value. You can create value by bringing a resource together. You can create value that brings the project into an operation one day. But at the moment, somebody wants to buy the company because it's too attractive.
Okay.
The shareholder decide, not me.
That's right, yeah. But for the right premium, it's fine.
But the thing is, you create value as you move forward.
Yeah.
It's like, look, 9-hole, $900 million was Arequipa in Peru. So $100 million a hole. That's what Barrick paid for
Arequipa.
Yeah. And it became one of the best mine, Pierina, in Peru, that produced almost 9 million ounces eventually. So when you look at creating value, this is the type of things we don't control. We don't know when somebody comes and knock at your door. We have to make ourselves the most valuable by creating value for our shareholders and getting the best price for our project.
Fantastic, great. Well, Geralt, then I'm pretty sure we get a lot of news flow in 2020, and I'm sure we see us pretty soon.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
All the best.
Thank you very much, Johan.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was Geralt Panneton, the new chairman of TerraX Minerals, and you heard it. He and Louis, they are really poised to move TerraX further on, of course, on the one hand. On the other hand, 10,000-meter drill program is now starting in January, and also for the summer they have a heavy drill program. And yeah, I would say, as Geralt pointed it out, value creation for all stakeholders. This is the key strategy on a company, and it looks like to me that this lovely company will be one day really then in production. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.